Data Science Happy Hours. Data Science Happy Hours. Friday, December 17th, 2021. This is the last Data Science Happy Hour of the year. Man, it's been a good year, man. I know a lot of y'all have done some amazing, amazing things. Shout out to everyone out there just leveling up in every aspect. Man, so happy for you guys, everything you guys have done this year. And all the just a lot of big things happening with y'all, man. It's really inspiring to see the moves all you guys are making. So congratulations to all of you out there, artists of data science who've been part of the office hours and part of this whole adventure over the last year and a half or so. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate all of you guys, my friends. The last happy hour of the year. We're gonna keep this one short. I got to get to a hockey game in about half an hour or so. So we'll keep this one to just a quick half an hour. I just want to say thank you to you guys for being here. Thanks for always just hanging out and tuning into the podcast. A lot of big milestones this year, man. We released not only we released episode number 100, but we also released episode number 200 in this year. Celebrated a 1-year anniversary. Got 100,000 downloads. Some big things happening for the show. I mean, not big. It's just it's good things happening. But I couldn't have done it without all of you guys' support and all of you guys' help. So thank you so much for being here for this ride. Russell, how you doing? Matt, how you doing? Monica, what's going on? Auntie, Eric, all you guys in the building, man. Super excited to see all of you guys here. Well, happy, I guess, early Christmas. Happy early New Year, holiday season to y'all. Monica, what's going on? How's your week been?
Good. My week's been really good. I passed the exam that I was talking about last week.
Nice.
So thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. Oh, how was that experience? Was it an incredibly difficult exam? So give us the context again. What was like the exam for? What kind of skills was it testing? And how'd you study?
Yeah. So it was FAIR Foundations given by the Open Group, and it's around risk quantification. So I'm in cybersecurity currently as a risk behavioral analytics product owner. Very big mouthful. So what we're doing is trying to roll out to the company a risk quantification, going away from the standard high-low risk heat maps that you normally see. So it's a way to actually quantify dollar amounts to risks within a company. So you can actually say, we will lose $80,000 in a year if such risk scenario were to take place. So it was pretty neat. I do have a cybersecurity background, and also my audit background with controls really helped as well. So I took a formal course and then studied on the side, found a website with flashcards. So I was doing flashcards, and yeah, it was a good experience.
That's awesome. Well, are you going to be writing about it, blogging about it, posting on LinkedIn? Have you already posted on LinkedIn about it? And but by the way, sorry if my mic sounds distorted. I'm not sure what is going on with this. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll get myself a new microphone for Christmas. I think I might do that.
Yeah, so I did protege phenomenon where, you learn by teaching others, right? So along the way, while I was studying, I was posting about different topics that I was currently learning. And that also helped me throughout that whole process as well.
Protege method. That's I like that because by teaching something, you get an opportunity to learn it twice, right? So that's kind of like the effect that's going on there. Awesome. That's awesome to hear. I like that style of teaching. Antonio, how's it going, man?
What's up?
So
I like that look.
Christmas. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, how's the first Christmas with the new baby?
Good. We took him to see Santa. He was sleeping throughout. He woke up, took a picture with Santa, went back to sleep. I like him.
Nice. Right on, man. Well, thanks for being here. I know Antonio's been making big moves this year too. Obviously, big move. Being a dad and then moving up to Google, and I think Monica, you landed something new. a lot of you guys doing big things, man. It's awesome to see. So look, if you guys got questions, comments, anything you guys want to share, any, predictions for next year, anything you just want to talk about, reflecting back over the last 12 months or so, let me know. We'll wrap it up early today though, so probably just another 20 minutes or so, but still just wanted to hang out with y'all for one last time before the break.
I have a quick question. My quick question, I don't know if it's going to help anybody else, but how do you join office hours on a shortcut? I have to go back to old emails from you where I confirmed for office hours and like click on that link. Is there an easy Zoom way where I can like bookmark this?
Did it show up
paste
on
that link, Antonio? Just paste the link somewhere into like a Word document and put it on your desktop or a note or something. As long as the URL, the hyperlink works, then you can go to that without having to open up the email.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's it. I got to think about the user experience for getting onto one of these things. I think I need to sign up for it myself on the participant end and see what that flows like. So it doesn't show up on your calendar at all. There's not like a calendar.
Oh, I don't use a calendar. I guess that's why.
Okay.
But maybe I should start.
Yeah, use calendar, man. That's how I get here, man. Well, actually, no, I just have it on my Zoom account. Matt, you're saying something? Go for it.
I think I started to say
Russell.
something. But Antonio and I mentioned something at the exact same time. Mine was a quick one also. I just wanted to follow up from what you said about the learning and learning it from the protege method. It's like learning something enough to do it yourself is great. Learning it enough to teach someone else to do it is a completely different thing. If you only learn it to learn how to do it yourself, you won't be able to teach it so well. Learning how to teach is another skill completely in and of itself.
That's getting better. That learning how to teach. That's actually, it's true. Like being able to teach something is itself definitely a good skill to have. Ben Taylor in the building. Ben, how's it going, man?
I'm better than I've ever been.
Nice.
I hope all of you are doing well.
Oh, good. Yeah, man. Doing great. So, what makes you feel better than you ever felt before?
I think life is funny because you have a lot of shit to work on. And that comes from your experience and insecurities and mistakes of your parents and et cetera, et cetera. Like we all have stuff to work on. And I feel like mentally I've just reached a new stage in my life where I feel like I've fixed like 99% of the stuff in my head that I need to fix. And that is so nice for me because I can really focus on people around me, people I work with, but also when it comes to navigating politics, sales, priorities, and work. I guess the last thing to share is sometimes we talk about imposter syndrome. You're always going to have cracks in your armor, right? It doesn't matter how accomplished you are in your career. You will always have some cracks. And what I mean by some cracks is there is someone that can say something that can get through your cracks. So think of like a parent or a coworker or someone who you value their opinion. If they call you a dumbass or if they say something, it can get through. I feel like I've reached a new level where I have no cracks. And for me, that's really powerful. I could walk into a room with 100 people that love me the most and they could all call me a dumbass. And that would not shake me. And I think for me, that's what I need right now. But I don't know. Just kind of probably not the answer you're expecting.
No, I absolutely love that because as somebody who has a lot of stuff to iron out, man, I'd like to learn how you got there because it's work, man. It takes a lot of.
Well, I think failure is scary, and so Harpreet, I think you and I've kind of talked about this too. Like some of these projects, like there's a risk of failure. Like you want to work on projects where there's constantly risk of failure, and I think learning to embrace failure. No one wants to fail. Like you want to fight like hell to not fail, but embracing failure is part of the story. There's something that is kind of beautiful in that. Like if you have a catastrophic failure, if you get fired, you're not like there. It doesn't mean you have more self-hate. It doesn't mean you doubt yourself. It's just part of the story. Obviously you don't want to fail, but I think sometimes we don't embrace failure. We're scared of it.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
that's I think that's right, Ben. And it's a really powerful thing to say. I'd maybe say embrace the learnings from failure, or embrace the opportunities to learn from failure rather than the failure itself. Accept the
Yes.
failure and embrace the opportunities that that failure itself brings. Is the way I like to look at things.
And I think you're exactly right that it's failure is where we learn the most. So that is
Mhm.
what we're going to learn from.
Yeah.
One of my common things to say is failure is one of the surest fuels for success, because how better can you learn what not to do by failing, by doing something? Then you take that off the table, you go in a different direction. You should never repeat the same failure under most circumstances. There might be some really weird extenuating circumstances where you can't avoid but repeat the same failure, but normally you move away from that direction, re-strategize and improve.
No, I absolutely love it. Actually, I've got this piece out that I'm writing on Medium. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I haven't yet released it, but that's what I was writing about. Lessons learned from a lifetime of failure. Actually, I've been sitting on this thing for about a month almost. Just I don't know, just can't get myself published, but I think I might do that now after hearing you talk, Ben. Thank you very much. Gina, what's going on? Shout out to Al Bellamy in the building, Matt Diamond, Eric Sims is also in the house, man. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, thanks.
Awesome. Hey guys, well, look, I'm excited to have all you guys here. Let me know if you guys have any questions, any closing words you want to put out into the interwebs for 2022. How about some exciting predictions? Ben, I don't know if you were here last week. We're kind of touching on it a little bit, but I'd love to see what you have predicted for let's just say, let's keep it constrained for deep learning next year. What do you have?
Oh, deep learning. I think we're going to see some innovations in the next year that accelerate the load of labeling for humans. So you can think of like faster topic finding, and I know we try to reduce the number of images we have to label. Do you have to label 10,000 images, 1,000, or 10? And so I'm hoping this next year you're going to see predictions where maybe you label 2 or 5, and so the heavy load of needing all this manual labeling, I think that might go away next year or the next 3 years.
So like self-supervised learning type of stuff?
Yeah, self-supervised learning, or even the next level. So it's because self-supervised is you're building weak models and making them stronger, but can I actually have the weakest model surprise me where I'm delighted?
Let's get some trends from how about some data engineering, analytics engineering trends? How about analytics engineering trends for 2022? Let's go to Mark for this one. Mark, what do you see for, like, what's your prediction or forecast for analytics engineering in 2022? What are you going to see? What do you see happening for that space?
I'm like just diving into that space to learn a lot about it. So I don't feel like I'm in a place to say where the trend's gonna be. But based on what I'm reading, I think DBT, the data build tool, I think I think either last year or this year, the author for their newsletter just shifted away from data science to go all in on analytics engineering, which I think that's a really cool signal to see that, because they're obviously really in tune with the market. And so for them to make that shift to go like, hey, this is what we want to do. Of course, it is their company, so that's another component of it. But then also, I think something that's really interesting is, Andrew, I believe Andrew, no. Basically, everyone knows him, Andrew, Coursera.
Andrew Ng? Andrew Ng.
Yeah, Andrew Ng. Just completely butchered the last name, sorry. There's huge emphasis on like, stop making these complex models and just like create great data. And improving your data. And I think analytics engineering really taps directly into that. Like, how can you have software engineering best practices for this later stage of like the data pipeline that's going to be going to fuel your analytics or your models? So I really think analytics engineering is going to fit nicely within that piece, as more people are like less worried about big data and more worried about like quality data coming in.
Love that, man. Super insightful. Thank you very, very much. Antonio, what do you got? What do you got for your predictions for 2022? And then let's go to Russell after that. And Monica, it doesn't even have to be predictions, data science or whatever, just life in general. And then Eric has a question that we'll get to. If anybody knows the answer to Eric's question, let me know and I'll have them answer. But yeah, let's go to Antonio, Russell, and then Monica, just general predictions for.
I predict that Ben is going to do some crazy projects now that he's on another level. That's what I predict.
I think you're right, Antonio. So they let the tiger out of the cage. I'm excited for next year.
Yes, sir. But from my perspective, I don't know if this is predictions or trends that I'm seeing. I think in a few different industries, it's been already happening, but with like privacy being a major vocal point and like third-party cookies going away. I've noticed a couple different companies now that I've been in and just around the industry is like, what the heck are we going to do? And that shift focus from third-party to first-party data. So that's going to be interesting how that plays out, because a lot of the world right now relies on third-party cookies. And obviously you see consumers care about the privacy. I don't know if it was like Facebook or Apple, when you have to opt in into like them collecting your data, it was like 15% of people opted in, which I was surprised, honestly, because I don't care. I'm like, all right, I know what it's like when you don't have good data, so I'll just let you collect my data. And I don't mind seeing personalized ads. I'd rather see something that I've searched. It actually helps me sometimes, but 15% is a very low number. So I think that's going to affect a lot of different industries, that whole privacy initiative. And I think a lot of companies are going to be working on that.
Russell, how about you?
Yeah, I'd like to build on Mark's comment about data engineering, data science, data analytics, because I've always been curious about the differentiation between those titles. Because in my mind, at least, any good scientist needs to be able to engineer, needs to be able to analyze. Any good engineer needs to know better science and a bit of analytics, and vice versa. But if you boil it right down to the basics, in my mind at least, a scientist works out why things work, an engineer works out how to make them work, and an analyst works out what they do when they're working. Okay, so if you lump up data to that, it doesn't quite work for the definitions of the titles we've got in the data community. They're a bit more nuanced than that, but hopefully next year there's going to be far less concentration on defining what those are and saying someone is definitely a data scientist or a data engineer or a data analyst. And general, there was a great word for it, augmented analytics. I think Cindy Howson was talking about this recently. I think that's a great term for this entire field of data. Should just work towards augmented analytics, and I'd like to see that happen next year. One additional thing, touching back onto last week's conversation, is will there be a GT4 superseding GPT-3? Can't even speak. GPT-4. Better than GPT-3. Might be interesting to get Ben's comments on that. And that's it from me.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's do Monica's prediction. And then actually, guys, I have actually got to wrap it up because I've got to head to the stadium. So my apologies for making a short one. But let's hear Monica's prediction, and then I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Monica, go for it.
All right. I don't think I have any predictions per se, but more of like hopes and dreams, where I'm hoping to see like data quality and data literacy kind of grow more outside of the data professionals, so that like things like self-service BI can be more used versus just creating a dashboard and then nobody uses it. So really beefing up that data literacy so people can use that data, and the data quality aspect of getting away from the whole garbage in, garbage out.
Monica, thank you very, very much. So guys, let's go ahead and let's wrap this off. Sorry to cut it short. I just wanted to see you guys one last time for the year. We'll be back in action on January the 7th, the first Friday in January. Taking a pause on releasing new episodes until then as well. So that's why there wasn't one released today, and there won't be one for the next couple of weeks. Y'all, happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy New Year, all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for just being here week in, week out over the last year. Thank you so much for celebrating some big milestones with me this year. 100th episode and 200th episode all in 1 year, and 1 year anniversary, and 100,000 downloads all 1 year. Damn, could not have done it without you, and not even a single Friday missed for these happy hour sessions that I can recall. If I was wrong, then I apologize. But if there's some missed, it wasn't many. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being a wonderful part of the community. Love you guys very, very much. And hopefully one of these days I can come and hang out with all of you guys. Take care, y'all. Have a good rest of the year. Have a good holiday season. I'll see you guys shortly. Oh, there are a couple things though. Tomorrow going live at 10 a.m. with Jeremy Adamson. We're talking about Minding the Machines, his book. I'm also going live on the 21st, actually. Yeah, I should probably shut this out. I'm doing a live stream with somebody who's like, that's going to be a fanboy moment for me. I'll be interviewing Akira the Dawn on my podcast. So if you guys know, then you know Akira the Dawn is like, that's the only music I listen to. His stuff is just amazing. So total fanboy moment for me. Tune into that. That'll be live streamed. Can't believe it. So shout out to the Curious Lion himself, Andrew Barry. He kind of set us up with an introduction. So if you guys want to hear more of me, you can tune into Andrew Barry's podcast. How Did You Learn That? That episode was released today as well. Those are the other announcements. That's it, y'all. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Remember, my friends, you got one life on this planet. Why not try to do something big? Cheers, everyone.